All right, good evening and welcome to the August 19th, 2024 edition of Late Night Sauce. My name's Mario. I'm here with Noah, my co-host, and I'm excited about tonight, Noah. I don't know about you. I can't really speak for your feelings, but we got a very special guest tonight. Very old friend of mine here, Marissa Lovely.
Yes.
Marissa, we've known each other, Jesus, it's been a long time.
A long time. I didn't want to try and count, but it's a long time.
It's a long time. And the weird thing is, because
between 10 and 20 years.
It's got to be about 15 to 17, something like that. It's definitely more than 10.
Definitely more than 10.
And, you can't really tell because we're not video, but she has not aged one bit since I met her. I know it's difficult to describe what I'm seeing here, but, So, Marissa, so you've been in the restaurant business how long now?
Same as you.
No, not same as me. How many years?
Long time.
As long
as it could possibly be, which is
I've been doing this way before you were born. Yeah. I'm an old man. You forget that, so.
Okay.
I've been in the business since 1989. So I can't do the math. That sounds like a lot of years. It's almost 30, right? No, it's not 30. It's more than 30. I'm going to be 49. I was 14. That's 35 years.
What do you say, 1989?
Yeah. That's 35 years, right?
God damn it. That is 35, yeah. Good on you.
Yeah. I've been in the business 35 years, so don't say same as me long time, because you've not been in the business 35 years, because you're not even 35 years old, so.
Same. Close.
So, my question to you is, what differences have you seen when you started working in the business to what's going on now as far as customers? Like, are they crankier now than they used to be? Are they nicer? What are you noticing right now?
I think they're always... You can always have the same expectations of the people that you're going to see every day. It's just a matter of, like, the relationships that you keep with them.
Okay.
And, like, accepting people. When people are being aggressive, you get it, you understand it.
Okay. I think that comes with time and age, too. Like,
yes.
The longer you've been doing this, the easier it is to do that. But when
like,
you get to
can have very long-lasting relationships with people.
Yeah.
If you just, like, you get it. You see them, you understand it from them, and...
What was one of the biggest surprises you thought you never would guess would happen with a customer that you thought you had a good relationship with, saying like something that surprised you that did a 180 in their attitude? Speaking generalities, no names, just situations.
I don't know. I'd have to think about that. I've never been, like, crazy, like, scared or traumatized by anybody, but, like...
I'm not saying scared, but shocked.
Like, I'd have to think about that.
Like, something you've known this person a long time, or you've been waiting on this person, you've seen this person a long time. Not even a customer, even someone that you've gone out drinking with. Yeah. That something out of character. Like, yeah. I had a situation a couple weeks back, and one of the regular customers, and there was a confrontation verbally between them, and it was heading in a really bad direction. I tried to intervene, like, why don't we change subjects, and freaked right out on me, and, like, out of nowhere, and threatened never to come in here again, this and that. So that's not what I told you to do. I'm trying to prevent, like, a fight over here, and it came out of nowhere, and I was like, what the fuck? So I kind of let it go, because he kind of got a little disrespectful with me for a minute. Yeah. And then it kind of mellowed out, but obviously it was, tensions were arising because it was of a political fashion. But luckily, like, it blew over. I'm like it wasn't taking sides. I was just trying to prevent a problem. But, like, it just blew me out of nowhere because the guy was such a gentleman for all this time. Nice dude. Just caught me off guard. Nice. And I don't know if this, like, a lot of times it's happened with women with me, older women. Like, sometimes, like,
older women can get
like, just, like, legitimately, like, in the middle of dinner, like, something bad will happen, they'll freak out. Like, I got yelled at by this woman one time about something that happened to another restaurant that I don't even work at.
What?
This woman was in there. They were complaining about this restaurant down the street. Something happened with her food, and she's yelling at me about the way they were treating her down the street. But if you're looking at a table, watching her interact with me, it looks like she's yelling at me about something I did. And I'm like, look, I don't work there. I don't know what happened to you over there. I just make sure it doesn't happen in this place. Like, and you look at her, you never would have guessed she'd freak out. She looked like a nice church lady kind of a lady. Yeah. I thought she was like a church lady.
Sometimes they get into it, man.
But she was going off, and her husband was trying to calm her down. Like, he didn't do anything to you, and, like, the whole it looks like I did something because he's saying I didn't do something, and I was like, good Lord. But
I don't like that. I don't like when like customers come in and they start complaining about other places to me. You know, because how
do you handle something like that?
I don't want to hear it.
What if somebody comes in and complains to you at your place about another restaurant that you're friends with the people that work and own it? How do you handle that?
Even if I wasn't friends with the people that worked and owned it, I would defend it because you just never know what's going on, and you should just always be graceful and like understanding and fine with like maybe it's a bad thing on like one person's end. Like don't be that aggressive. Don't be that like crazy. Don't be that judgmental. Like relax.
Well, I try to tell
everything's gonna be fine.
I try to tell people too. It's not necessarily the restaurant's fault. It could be just that one individual employee. And if the restaurant doesn't know what's going on, they can't fix the problem because that happens everywhere.
Yeah, I lie. I'm just like I've never been there before.
I do that all the time. All the time. Always.
I'm like, yeah, wow.
I don't know those people.
And just always give them the benefit of the doubt. Like
where's
they
that
just,
at?
I'm sure they were doing their best. I'm sure like everybody was like trying. Like,
yeah.
Like I wouldn't ding them for it. I would just move on and I don't know, figure it out and go back again another time. Don't ever be mad. Like I hate when it's always like definitive and like I'll never go back there. Like relax.
But sometimes with those people, like it's kind of like I'm sitting here and I'm like, don't go back, don't come back. Yeah. It's all right. Like I mean, like if you don't want to be here, why come? Now here's
you should always remain open, always remain welcoming, and
of course. I mean, you know, I just think it. I don't say it. You know, it's the same service regardless. You know? But you notice that as well. Have you noticed that as well? That people who complain about a place that they go to, but they still go all the time.
Yeah, we have a few of those in here.
We do.
We have a few of those in here.
Yeah. It's this place is terrible. Why? Like this is like the third time I've seen you this week. Like, what are you talking about?
Funny.
Well, you know what I don't like, and I feel uncomfortable a lot, is when customers try to bait you into taking their side when they're bad mouthing a restaurant down as a competitor or something.
Right? That's
like I don't know if they're thinking they're gaining points with us or trying to make us feel bad. I hate that. It drives me nuts.
Doesn't make it cool.
You're
probably doing that to me somewhere else.
So exactly.
We have one guy that would go back and forth, and I was like, every time I see him there, complains about this, and every time I see him, he's complaining about that. And he was like, he was consistent with, but always going to both of them at the same time, but always saying bad things about both of them at the same time. Like, just like figure it out. Like, just like.
Does it ever happen when you're out and about?
Just keep your mouth shut and.
You're trying to mind your business, having a drink on your night off. You're out and about, and you see one of your customers, and they come up to you and they start complaining to you about the place they're in right now. This place isn't as good as yours, and. I don't like that. Don't approach me complaining about a place you're. Like, it's honestly, personally, I don't like complaining anywhere.
Always be happy and always be grateful of everything you got around you. All the businesses around you make yours better. And they demand.
We try to be all friendly with each other. So we like a sorority and a fraternity. Supposed to look out for one another and help one another. It doesn't always work out that way.
Yeah. But
I just think the customers sometimes it just gets out of hand. It's like, look, don't badmouth those guys. Like, we know them. We're not going to badmouth them. This conversation's going nowhere. Let's go move on to something else, kind of a thing. And they just, I think that's all they know. Like, I really firmly think people think they want to talk to us. We love you so much better, but we only came here for one time. I'm like, it's okay. You can go wherever you want. Keep coming back here, but go wherever you want. You know, it's. We're not gonna get angry, you know. That's what people. I don't know. People just. I feel like their social graces and they're like able to interact with each other is becoming more and more limited.
Oh my god!
And I think like, the hating is just becoming the new norm, and it's sickening sometimes. I'm like, you know, and I just don't get it. Like, I mean, Rhode Island is such a small state. Like, we all know each other. Everybody circles around each other. You can't start bad mouthing and. You know, get to the point where it's like, okay, like I'm gonna take his side. I mean, I tell Flago, I don't know those people. I go, you don't like the place, don't go back. What can I tell you? You know, you ever get the people that try to like bargain shop your prices? Oh, down the street they only charge us $10 for that vodka. So how come you guys are charging $13? No. That's the worst.
We don't. But
you're lucky you don't have to deal with that. Those people are the worst. And I'm like, well, if they're charged, you should go there because you're gonna save money. I tell them, like, I was at Blue the other night. They charge $8 for a Corona. If you want to pay $8 for a Corona, don't go there no more. What do you want me to tell you? I'm like, I can't change their prices for you.
I just make the drinks. I don't set the prices.
Man, that's the worst when they try to do that to us.
They think we have like control in like all these things, and it's just well, what are you doing? What are you doing? Why are you telling me? There are emails you can send.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't tell me.
I'm gonna come up with a fake email. I'm gonna come up with a fake email address for complaints, and I want to just read what people send us.
That'd be awesome.
And start responding to them too. And start responding to them. I would love to do that. I would love. I'm gonna do that right now. Complaints at themartucci.group.com.
And so I left a restaurant last week, and there was on the way out the door there was a comment box thing. And it was like an old-fashioned box. It was awesome, where you would like actually like fold a piece of paper and like drop it. Yeah, I don't know. I think it was just like a metal thing on the way out the door. Like anybody could like write whatever they wanted on like a piece of paper and drop it in there with the door. Like, what do you think that looks like in the morning? Like when the corporate office opens and you're like, what are the comments? Like people that like had too much to drink last night and they complained about like the size of their martini or like the, like their calamari being like over or underdone or something. And you're like, oh my god, what? How do you even like react to this? Like, where do we start? Like, that shit alone can be like.
So let me.
What do you people think?
Let me ask you.
Leave me alone.
Let me ask you this, because I know you work a lot and you have your certain times off. Like, do you venture out to new places or do you stick to the same places? Like,
a little bit of both.
When a new hot spot opens up, do you run right away?
Not right away. No, never.
What's your normal wait time before you want to check out a new place?
Like once I like get good referrals. Like it's like.
You wait for referrals?
I'm not gonna have a problem. I would never want to like go somewhere and like have to like wait. But yeah, I would either want to like go and have like a good formal dining experience, or like go to like a place that I know where it's just like a quick, like comfortable, like people, like a place like where I know you.
Right.
Know?
But
like I would never go somewhere new and be like maybe like I'm gonna have to wait in line for an hour. Like no, absolutely.
You don't do that?
No. What? No, thank you.
What do you think is the ample amount of time before you get to go to a place that you don't have to wait that long? It's a brand new place just opened up last month.
It totally depends. Like whatever type of experience you want to have. Like if it's like a grand opening where like the owners and you're gonna like sit and have a good time, or like you just go as like a regular customer down the road once they're like in their groove.
I think the last
whatever, like you could do whatever.
I think the last time I went to a place for like a brand new grand opening, it was like a week. They were open for a week. It had to be 2013 at Rock Bar.
Oh my god! Yeah, that was big. That was big.
And I mean, I knew the people in there and stuff, and they wanted Brandon was a good dude. I wanted to support him, but I never go to a place brand spanking new. Never. The last time I did it was like 10 years ago.
You had to at that time though, because you was.
I had to. I was across the street and everything. I knew
you
those guys.
ran that town. They were like had to be welcomed by you or
that's
nothing.
Not true. You think too highly of me, Marissa. A lot of people think that, but
this was his spot. Of course it was.
You should have known me back then. No, things were different. But
I know.
An old man in the wind, hanging out on the old Forge Road now.
That's it.
But yeah, I just. When the hot spots open and everybody runs to them and they like you said, they wait an hour for a drink, they complain and they come and start telling us what I'm like, you never go right away. Never. I think, honestly, I give it 3 to 4 months before I check out a place.
Really?
It depends where and what place it is.
I would never put a time frame on it, but like I get what you mean, I get where you're coming from.
Let them get the bugs out, let them get the...
You need to settle in.
Yeah.
Well, we talked about that tonight with... some of the new spots open up. You never go right away. You never want to work somewhere brand new neither.
But you do always want to like support the place. Like if it's a new business that's coming to town, like check in, bring them flowers, like pop by, meet the owners, like support them, like make your business like, if it's a coffee shop or a flower shop or like another restaurant, like you should tell your staff to like go and support them, and you should promote that both ways. Like so there's a balance between like muscling them and like being like. You always want everyone in your town to do well.
I do.
All your neighbors and all your friends.
I feel like when we all work together, things just go smoother, I think.
Yeah.
But I just feel like that art is kind of dying out a little bit. Like
it's
not being forced anymore than it used to be.
Their flower shop, their sandwich shop, your like late night.
You know who's number one for that? Like, number one person that would bring the community together was Vicky.
I can see that.
She's the best.
Vicky was the godmother of.
What? She still is. She always will be.
She still is, but
she will never not be.
Vicky is the best when it comes to getting people together and supporting other places.
Yes,
but she'll also be the one that like she's reasonable too. She's like, yeah, they were having a bad night. But Vicky will bring 35 people, make sure they show up and spend. She'll go up there and make sure you tip these assholes. Make sure you tip. Like she's a tough bitch.
She's the best.
Vicky's the best.
I've seen her do that.
Yeah,
like during her football party.
Football
like
party.
When I was working the football party down here, and she like towards the end of the night, she's just going around and, like all of her friends, she's like, you still have like a lot of open tabs, and I'm like, yeah. And she's like, going around, make sure you pay him. Make sure you pay him. I'm like sitting there listening. I'm like, do whatever you want.
I feel like she's like Joe Pesci in Goodfellas of the female bartender. Great. She just don't mess with Vicky, but she don't. But like fundraisers, parties, whatever it is, she was like. I'm going back 30 years with her. She's always been salt of the earth. That woman, but she always preached. I kind of feel like I learned a lot from her by watching her do it for years.
Yeah,
because like she started a pub crawl back in the day with the fire department. They were raising money. The original pub crawl from the late 90s, and then it had to fizzle out because of it was like a death in Newport at a pub crawl. They had to outlaw pub crawls. Somebody pushed into a bus or something. It wasn't even an organized thing, so they outlawed it. And they found loopholes in the law and tried to change it to something else, and they just got rid of it altogether. But she was one of the original people for the pub crawls that raised money for charity, and then I learned from Vicky a lot when it came to that stuff. She's the real deal, but we need more Vickies in this world, I think.
We do.
I think we need more Vicky Faines in the world. Vicky, if you're listening, we're talking about you. We know you're not listening because you don't know how to get on Spotify, but she was, I don't know how to get on this damn thing.
I'll just start sending her the links.
I've been sending them to her. She doesn't, we'll figure it out.
I'll show up at her house and I'll put it on her TV for her.
You might have to do that.
Don't bore her with the whole thing. Just give her that. Can you just cut that like 13 seconds? Save her the misery of the rest of it.
She's gonna get around here one of these nights.
I know. We'll catch her.
She will tell you how the world should be.
Yeah.
And like I said, she's one of the OGs that taught me a lot about being the person I am today.
In this town.
Oh, big time. She was here before me, so
yeah.
My question to you is: so let's say you go into a new spot. Whether you're in Rhode Island, Boston, New York, wherever you go, Florida, you walk into a place. What's the first thing you notice at the place? What are you critiquing?
Energy.
What kind of energy are you looking for?
Just like, is everybody just like relaxed and having a good time, and they're just like trying to chill, and like, or it's like people like high energy and like
dancing on the bars and
like
dry humping on couches and stuff. That's not my scene either. I really like the dry hump. It makes me uncomfortable. At all, actually. I don't trust dry humpers.
No, we really shouldn't.
No, they're bad people. I used to be one.
Like, what are you trying to hide?
I don't think they're trying to hide it. They're trying to expose it. Just
yeah.
So,
energy, huh? Energy.
Yeah, just like it's like a good environment. And like everyone's just like relaxed. And
what's one of the best energy places that you like?
Ooh.
I don't know. Always, whenever you're out of the country, it's always relaxing. It's always
out of the country.
Out of the country. Whoa.
Just it gives you that extra, just like away, relaxed, and like good.
What's one of your favorite out of the country places to go to?
Italy, obviously.
What part of Italy did you go to?
I did a bunch of Italy, 2 different trips.
You have to re-listen to our podcast when I was asking Mario questions about Italy when he would go. We were talking about the price of Kettle One in Italy.
I don't know. I don't remember. I don't think I drank Kettle One in Italy.
It was all Peroni, buddy.
It's all Peroni that day. Italy's a good spot. Italy's a very relaxed atmosphere over there.
Yeah.
Depends on where you go. Sometimes you gotta wait a while to get you drinks too, though. They're not rushing to get you drinks over there.
No.
Not the places I went to, at least. Oh, they weren't ready to see a drinker. They don't drink the way I drink out there neither. So that could be it too. So let me ask you this: you're out with the girls, trying to relax, enjoying the energy at the bar. You got some gentleman callers coming up to you. What is one of the worst pickup lines a guy ever tried to use on you, or a move he had, or a type like turned you off instantly? What was one of the things, and don't mention names, just mention lines,
I don't really have any.
Really? You never had any bad guys trying to make bad moves on you? I find that impossible.
Not that I can remember.
Really? Oh, guys, if you're listening out there, there's no bad moves on Marissa, so feel free to approach her.
Or don't.
Or don't. Make sure you bring your A game, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
Bring your A game. That's going to be the name of the podcast. Bring your A game if you're meeting up with Marissa at the bar.
Oh, my God, dude.
I find that hard to believe. So every guy,
oh my God.
There's no bad moves, huh?
No,
okay.
I just don't pay attention.
What would be a bad move? So what would be a bad move? What advice would you give a guy to definitely not do?
I don't know.
On you or any of your people, you know what I mean? Not necessarily, it's not always about you, but like, you know.
I don't know.
I feel like the art form of men trying to pick up women at a bar has died in the last 10 years.
Yeah.
I think Tinder fucked everything up.
Yeah.
Tinder messed up things for the bartenders. We're losing money because of Tinder. In the old days, guys had to buy girls drinks. Mm-hmm. They hung out. They jack up tabs. And you got tipped. And the guy tried to give you a big tip to impress the girl that he was about to strike out with. Now it's like, guys just talk to girls, insult them, leave 10 minutes later, and nobody's buying nobody a drink.
Split tab.
Oh, split tab is the worst. It drives me nuts. Have you ever had a guy ask you to split a tab with him on a date?
Yeah, I think it's weird. I just think, like, figure it out or kind of just, like, I don't know. I would think it was weird. I definitely think it would be weird.
If say guy goes ahead, give me a card.
Yeah, I would just, yeah.
See? This is what I'm a firm believer that guys should always pay if they're going out with the girl.
I do.
Unless it's the birthday. Unless it's the birthday or
birthdays
don't
occasion.
Count. Birthdays don't count.
Obviously.
Or if like you just got out of prison, you have no money. Let the girl pay.
Yeah, you know.
That's an occasion, you know.
You don't have any money. What are you going to do?
Right.
If you're in a relationship going back and forth, the woman should definitely, like, be carrying on. But, like, she should be part of everything.
Oh yeah.
Definitely, I'm not saying that, but like if you're with somebody for like the first or the second or like the third time, and it's just like casual, like one drink or like coffee, like yeah, the guy should just take care of it like up front a little bit.
Of course, yeah, no, relationships don't count. If you're already like, if you're already in the mix, that's
I would think if it was like seeing somebody and like hanging out for the first few times. Yeah, I wouldn't expect to split like a $27 bill like at a bar. I would be like, that's more just annoying for me. Like,
if
why
a
would
guy
you do
asks you to
that?
split a $27 bill with you, just kick him in the curb.
That's what I'm gonna
He's
say.
completely useless to the world.
Like,
$27?
Like,
give me $13.50? Come on.
Like, what
Come
is this?
on,
like,
guys.
What? Like, no, like, leave me alone. Like, you know, like,
it's not it.
So, let me ask you this. How do you feel about guys who try to ask you out while you're working?
I actually never get that.
Really?
Which I love.
Okay. So what happens if it did happen?
I don't know.
Because I read an article once in like one of the men's magazines, like how girls like that's the number one turnoff is when you ask them out while they're working.
Yeah. It just it seems like you're just like how dumb are you or how are you, like that's annoying. That would be weird.
So what would be the right move to move if he's trying to make he only sees you when you're working? How's he gonna ask you out if you're not at work?
That's a good point.
It's a double standard.
Like,
what do you do?
Like, is it weird if he tries to find you outside of work?
Yeah, now you're turning into a stalker.
Yeah,
now you got a whole stalker complex thing going on.
Yeah, that's arguably worse.
I used to have this problem back in the day.
Oh.
This is before cell phones. Right? Like, how do I do this?
What do you
it took
mean
me weeks to make maneuvers, man. No, like like if she works here, or she'll come into my bar or whatever, and then you're not supposed to ask a girl out when you're waiting on them either. That's kind of taboo as well.
Yeah, no, that's also wrong.
Yeah.
So like, how do you do it? And there's no social media back then. There was no cell phones. Like you had to like put some work in. Where are you hanging out next week? And like you try to show up with your friends and pretend like, oh, I know you hang out here, and so like, how do you do it as a guy? That's the thing.
That's an excellent question.
That was the number one turnoff is when women get asked out while they're working. That's what I was told.
Yeah.
So it's never happened to you, huh? Okay.
Not that I can remember, so it's been a while.
Well, let me ask you another question then. So, what advice do you have for guys that the younger generation now, they're not all about sending over drinks and over shots? What would you say is one of the worst things a guy can do besides insulting you to your face? Because I see that all the time and it's so bad. It's getting out of hand. Like I want to punch the guys in the face when I see them disrespecting girls sometimes. And the thing is, a lot of times the girls do egg it on. They kind of deserve to be disrespected.
Yeah.
But you still can't do it. You know what I mean? Like,
okay, erase that.
You got to back it up. Just back off it. Like, sometimes the girls deserve it. I've seen some girls be mean to these guys too, like straight up insulting. And now you want to defend yourself, but come on, like you can't go at these girls sometimes.
But if they deserve to be disrespected,
you know what I'm talking about. I mean, I don't think you've
which
ever
is
really
why
done
we're all
it,
laughing so hard right now.
Oh shit! No, I mean,
I legit heard a girl one time talking about the guy that was talking to her because they must have gone out or they must have fornicated or whatever they had going on. She was telling everybody on the left side of the bar at the trap this guy's dick was tiny. And like obviously this girl needs to be disrespected back because she's disrespecting him, telling strangers about his penis size. But you got to walk away from that. You can't win that. You're not going to win that argument, right? I'm assuming.
What?
You know the girls too. I'm telling you right now. You would have been there bar backing for me that night. I'll never forget. These girls are crazy. I was scared of them.
Oh lordy! All right.
But like how do you handle it? You guys could just walk away.
Yeah, I think that is the right answer. Yeah.
So my question to you is, what's another thing they shouldn't do besides insulting the girl?
Holy shit!
I've never been in a situation that bad to have to think about it. And I'm grateful for that.
I don't even know where to go.
Are you saying you have no turnoffs? You gotta have turnoffs. Well, guys, again, if you're listening, Marissa has no turnoffs.
That also cut that out.
So, say you go to a nice dinner, like a nice steak dinner or something. You know, like you dress up like the whole nine. You know, you sit down.
Question: Is it a first date or is it like a third date?
I would say
fourth date.
I would say between the 1 to 3 dates. In the 1 to 3 dates, you know.
So we'll see second.
Second, I'd say second because you
Because second's in between 1 and 3.
You don't go balls to the wall like fancy ass dinner first date. I mean,
I've done it.
I've done it. See it.
Might as well.
It went nowhere, but I did it. I went nowhere, but I did it.
You go to a fancy dinner. And you sit down, waiter comes over, takes a round of drinks for you. The guy orders a vodka Red Bull. Does that throw you off?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh yeah,
there you go.
What are you, 12?
Yeah, exactly.
What are some of the drinks a guy can order that would turn you off? Besides vodka Red Bull, what's some other drinks?
Like a Cosmo, I think would be weird.
Yep, agreed.
Cool.
Agreed, yeah.
Gotcha.
Like I don't care if it tastes good. At least order it on the rocks and make it a different color, so you don't have to like. I don't. That
How do you feel about when you order your drink and the guy goes, "I'll have the same as her"?
That's fine.
Yeah.
Because normally, like, if you're going through, like, you're both getting, like, an aperitif and, like, a good glass of, like, sparkling before the meal and then, like, a nice glass of white with and then, like, a nice glass of red with and, like, an Amaro after or something. Like, that is cool.
Okay.
Because the women should also be able to, like, be, like, you know, guiding and, like, part of the experience.
And what part of the date do you feel comfortable doing shots with a gentleman? Because I've seen guys order the shots before they order their appetizers. And I'm like, this isn't going to go well, buddy. This is not going to go well, buddy. To the girl, I'm like, just go pretend your mom's calling you and leave. You have a great emergency.
Yeah, no, never, ever.
I'm going to say maybe at the end of the meal. Like,
at the end, maybe, yeah. If, like, we're like...
One before you go, you know.
Have a limo home or, like, whatever. Like, I'm too old to be, like, doing shots and, like,
what's
risking getting a DUI. Depend.
What's a shot guy should never order with you?
Like something mixed, I think is weird.
Green tea?
Yeah.
Nice lemon drop.
Like some of the other night, they were like, the shots were like, we were like all partying. It was someone's birthday. We're like doing like birthday shots. And he's like, what should we order? And then he said sex on the beach. And I was like, are you 12 years old? Like,
that was a shot in the
like
80s.
What?
Was
like,
it?
like,
that's crazy.
It's like, it was like, what other mixed shots are good? I was like, I don't know, like, no mixed shots are good. If you're taking a shot, you either take a shot of, like, straight tequila or, like, Sambuca or, like, an Amaro or something.
I'm not going to lie to you. I've done kamikazes.
Like, we're, like, what are you doing? Like, we're all adults. We're all, like, in our 30s or 40s. Like, I don't know what mixed shots.
You're already having a shot. Why are you trying to water it down? Just get a drink at that point.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I just thought that was weird.
I went through my mixed shot stage when I was younger.
Yeah.
After I got older, it's a little different.
That's very college-y.
Yeah. Okay.
I did have a lot of mixed shots.
So, guys, do not order Sex on the Beach shots with Marissa. You're going to get nowhere.
Not up in here.
I think everybody could have told you that, not just Marissa. But anyway.
Yeah, I mean, that's just common knowledge at this point. You don't order Sex on the Beach as a shot. It's over now.
Any mixed shots.
It's overdone.
It's overdone. It's overdone.
How do you feel about guys that high five after they do shots? I hate high fivers, period. Unless it's like a football game.
I've actually never had to think about before, so I don't
You never been to a bar where the guys like high fiving each other? Yeah. After doing a shot.
I guess I never really thought about it.
What about girls that woo?
Are you a woo girl? You're not a woo girl. I've never heard you woo.
Not.
No, how many woos is considered to be classified as a woo girl?
I mean, like, in one sitting or just in your lifetime?
No, one sitting.
One.
One woo is...
If you woo, you're a woo girl.
One time, you're a woo girl?
It's in the name. Like, you already did it.
I think you gotta go minimum 3 times.
3?
3 times in less than an hour. I'm gonna set that
3
standard.
in less than an hour.
Yeah.
I'd say 3 for like the duration is probably woo.
3 woos in 6 hours is considered a woo girl?
Yeah, man. I mean, if it's 6 hours in the same place.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's you woo girl. Yeah, for
really?
Sure. 100%. Yeah.
How do you feel about woo girls?
I would just rather not. I just always express our excitement in a way that's not that annoying.
Shots. Woo!
I mean, woo girls are just not fun sometimes. They just make me cringe. They never woo about anything cool though. If they're wooing about something cool, like I got wooed one time like during sex. That was cool. And then I got nervous because like she was making other weird woos. They weren't woos. They were like oinks and stuff. But like.
We all need to have editing rights to this.
I'm just saying, like, you know.
Can we put that in writing right now? Can we all cut our finger right now and make a blood pact?
That we're never gonna.
That we're gonna edit. There's no edit.
We don't know how to edit.
I don't know how to edit. If we start editing, it's gonna start sounding weird. It's like I'm not. I can record and post
him saying sometimes women deserve to be disrespected.
That's the title of the podcast.
and me saying I don't think that you're wrong for that, and ending it with him right now talking about.
It was a long time ago.
I got wooed during sex.
Sexual experience.
She was a nice girl too.
And then cut it, and then restart right now.
That girl crapped all over my heart. I sent her flowers too. I stopped sending flowers after that.
No. After
that, no more flowers for any girls unless it was a funeral. That was it.
Well, her birthday.
Nah, my wife doesn't like flowers, so I don't have to worry about that.
Valentine's.
If I ever gave my wife flowers, she'd think I did something bad. She's like, okay, what'd you do? Why you send me flowers? Something bad's happening.
I feel like it's a little late to start now.
Yeah, exactly.
Not really.
So, we got woo girls. What do we have? What's the guy version of a woo girl?
Is it not the high fives?
Yeah.
No, I think there's something worse. Like, there's something new that came out after, since high fives. I think.
I don't know. High fives are still pretty prominent.
They're never gonna go away. High fives are like herpes. They're never going away. That's the title of the podcast.
High fives are like herpes.
They're never gonna go away.
High fives are herpes. They never go away. That's crazy.
But true.
But true. Crazy but true.
You know what drives me nuts, Noah, is when these guys that you've been waiting on for like an hour, they try to become your best friends.
Yeah. And
they try to fist pump you or do like a weird handshake that they expect you to know that we don't know, and you try to learn it in 30 seconds and you still can't get it right.
Yeah.
And then they do it again 20 minutes later, the next round of drinks, and they change you think you have it down, but they change the handshake again. And they give you the look of death, like, how the fuck do I know how to do this handshake? It's universal. It's not universal. It's not universal.
That's happened to me.
It's happened way too much.
Not more than twice. No. It's only happened to me maybe twice. But, it was an awkward situation.
There was a guy 4 times in one shift with the same dude.
I know some handshakes. This is out of the blue. I don't know.
We had a guy one time, and he ordered a drink by name, and I was like, I've never heard of that. I don't know what that is. And he was like, how do you not know? It was a 4 different ingredient drink with multiple different mixing options, and something he had completely made up on his own. Mm-hmm. And us as an entire business had to learn how to make it. It was at the cigar bar. So it was a in a martini glass, a whisper of Lafroig, but a martini made with orange vodka and elderflower and like something else, and like stirred and shaken after the glass gets like spun around with the Lafroig.
And shaken?
Like
That's
it was
crazy.
just something completely and utterly irrational. Like,
so you need to leave.
it's not even like, and like not even like the process of the way that he asked you to make the drink. Like a good bourbon drink is stirred, and like a good gin drink, you know, like stirred and shaken, and like, you know, metal versus glass, and like good, like king cube, whatever. Like you're asking for like all the formalities of it, but like it doesn't even make sense at all, and like, and it's annoying and it's stupid, and the flavors don't even make sense. Like you're just being annoying.
Do you like guys who invent their own drinks?
No, absolutely not.
I mean, I don't like when people like, I want you to make it this way, and it's usually the way that it's supposed to be made. But when they say, do it a whole completely different way, and then you do it exactly the way they tell you to do it, and they just still don't like it, it's like, I need you to drop dead now.
Yeah.
Like, enough's enough.
Have you ever pulled the when somebody's like, oh, this drink's not right, like you need to remake it, and you go, yeah, and then you just put it in the shaker tin, you shake it once, and then you dump it back in with the same exact drink and hand it back.
Oh, that's my signature move. That's my signature. I do it all the time.
Wow, so much better. I
do it all the time.
I will say, they probably know exactly what you did, so it's kind of like, I see both sides of it, I feel like.
We can hide it here.
We
got hiding spots here. This is a great bar to do that at.
There's opportunity to do it. Like, I mean, obviously, like you're sitting next to the service while we're like, you can't, you know. But other side, maybe. I don't know.
This service must be such a crazy service bar.
Yeah, we have nightmares about our service bars sometimes here, but we get through them. We get through them. Then we have new nightmares about other things. I've been having a lot of nightmares lately about the restaurants. It's driving me crazy.
Really?
Yeah, like I felt like we turned this place into a breakfast place somehow.
What?
Yeah, it's just weird. Like I just showed up at 5 o'clock and it turned into a breakfast place. There was no booze.
Like as a nightmare.
That was my nightmare.
I was just making sure we didn't like start like doing breakfast.
No, that was my nightmare. I'm like, why is there no breakfast here? Like, why is there breakfast here when I was at my bar? Like, it was weird. It was just a counter. It was like coffee machines everywhere behind the bar.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then like the next night, I had a dream. I was running through a city that was made out of fried chicken, naked.
Oh wow.
That's
wow.
That's a lot different.
Right.
Yeah, I'm thinking about seeing a psychiatrist. To be honest with you. I don't know if this
you might wanna. I
don't
know.
It was the same week I had
Should
drink.
we
I
got
stuck drinking high noons last week.
Yeah.
I got stuck drinking high noons last week.
We
on vacation.
refer him.
You're drinking high noons on vacation?
Yes, I had to drink high noons on vacation last week because I can't make kettle sodas in the house without. I can't drink vodka in front of my family. It drives me nuts. So we got the cans of high noons, and they were going down like ice water. This is terrible.
Yeah.
And I had drank an 8-pack like in an hour.
Oh yeah.
And then I went to bed, and then that's when I had the nightmares.
Yeah.
So I'm not bad mouthing high noons. I'm just saying, coincidentally, the one time I drank high noons,
they ruined my life.
I'm running naked through a city made out of fried chicken.
What city was it?
I don't know.
All right. Well,
I don't know.
Was it like video game like, or were you more
like
real life?
It was almost like
third person.
Was it Sims? Is that the Sims?
Sims.
Okay, so everybody was like robotic.
Yeah, but the buildings were made out of like KFC chicken pieces.
Let me ask you this: when you had the breakfast dream, did you try the breakfast in your dream?
No, they made me. They just started handing me plates of breakfasts to hand to people, and I didn't know where I was going. And it was a nightmare.
It sounds like quite a nightmare.
I don't like having work nightmares. Don't like having work nightmares.
It's bad. Work nightmares, it keeps me up at night.
And as we're talking about work nightmares, I think we need to mention that the unofficial sponsor of Late Night Sauce is Kettle One Vodka. We only drink Kettle One Vodka on the podcast. Marissa is drinking bourbon tonight. Maker's Mark, if you're listening, we could use that sponsorship as well.
I'll drink some Maker's Mark.
We can drink Maker's
Not every
Mark.
time.
You know, not every time.
But I'll have it.
I do enjoy bourbon sometimes.
I do.
If you do it right, you do like a good drink with this.
But Kettle One, if you're listening, we're hoping to go video soon, and we're still waiting for those residual checks that I think we deserve.
I keep checking the mailbox, but it's just like pamphlets from Cardi's or some shit. I don't know.
I have going to Cardi's next week, actually.
You gotta go to
Really? What kind of pamphlets? You got coupons?
Not that I saw.
I'm looking for a new couch set.
New couch set.
Yeah, the kids just ruined my couch, so I gotta get a new couch set.
Oof.
So, anyway, so let's go back to get back to the high five thing and the herpes. What do you think is one of the things guys need to stop doing at the bars?
Is that my bag? Oh,
I get you with
Good.
What one of these guys need to stop doing that is becoming an annoying trend?
I don't know. I didn't really go out like that.
But you work in the environment. Have you seen any bad things at work?
No, not really. Our place is so it's just so tight and turnover. So it's not really like a.
You get that refined crowd, huh?
Yeah, and not by choice or not by design or anything. It's just kind of just naturally.
I feel like those kind of places. I feel like those kind of places.
So it's not really a single doesn't come there hoping to meet another single kind of thing. Which could be cool. Yeah, we'll do whatever and we'll cater to whatever. But that's just kind of just naturally who we are is date night.
I kind of feel like those places are going to stop becoming bigger. Mm-hmm. And I feel like that's one of the biggest complaints I get from people is couples will come in and it's too many singles and they're becoming annoying and they pick up on things and stuff like that.
I don't know. I think if couples are there and they're singles, what's the hurt? What's the harm in that?
I have no problem with it. It's just I notice that people sometimes you get that one guy sitting next to a couple and he's lonely, nobody else is talking to him. He's hounding on the husband, wife, or boyfriend, girlfriend conversation, and you don't want to be rude and hey guys, shut the hell up. I'm trying to have dinner with my wife, which I've done. I've had to do that.
Yeah, but
times.
Then that's why you get a table instead of sitting at the bar. I don't know.
Me and my wife have become table people now. In the last 4 years, we have become table people instead of bar people, and I hate that because I will sit at the bar. That. But at the same time, I want to be at the bar because usually the service is a little bit better. But the
service is more flexible and more just relaxed and
I never get bad service at a table. Everywhere I go, I've been fortunate enough. I just been lucky. I just go to good places, I guess.
I always say to my where I am, just always talk to the solo. If there's one person at the bar, maybe they're just they have a layover and they're from a different town, and you never know, they've never been here before, and they were only have one night in town, and they wanted a place to go eat, and this is where it was, and God forbid they came and went and nobody even just was hey, what's up? Those are the people, I find, you tell the bartender, you tell the bus person to just be hey, what's up? How'd you hear about us? And then, boom, it snowballs into, the coolest story and, the most humbling, nice, sweet, kind thing. And it's, these people are, just, first time there, thank you so much for saying hi, everything's been great. And, that's what it's all about. So
rule number one, be nice to people.
Yeah, but
rule number one of bartenders, be nice to people.
If there's a married couple at the bar saying the person to them is oversharing, I kind of feel that's kind of what you were saying, or they're being annoying and interrupting their dinner, maybe that's the same thing of what I just said, the bartender checking in or the busboy checking in and them saying I'm just on a layover or I had a death in the family, whatever, I'm traveling here for fun or something. If you're a couple, you said, you and your wife now, you're table people,
Yeah, we had to become table people.
The bar,
I have that look that people want to hang out with me. I don't know why. People want to be my friend. I don't know why. But
it's because you're a good dude, buddy.
Thank you, buddy.
Yeah.
But my question to you is,
Mario's Mario.
How do you feel about people that overshare with you? Give you information you don't need to know.
I expect it.
Being uncomfortable.
I expect it. My mom and I are on opposite ends of the spectrum. She will take everything.
I love your mom. I love her mom.
She is
Mrs. Lovely. I love her.
The best. But then sometimes I'm just Mom, who feels like it? Just don't. But she's very good, and she takes from people. And me, I just want to be in my own bubble and not. I feel I kind of do that.
Her world and your world are different
service.
too, though.
Yeah.
Her world and her generation and our generation are different, though.
Yeah.
It's not her fault. She comes from a generation of
anything, but
that older crowd, that older generation, even the Vicky's generation and stuff. You talk to people, you listen. It was just a thing. Now it's people want to tell you too much, and I'm not saying they're looking for you to solve their problems, but they want you to hear their problems and try to get a reaction out of you. It's awkward sometimes. It is bad.
I feel like the people who tell me the most do it when I'm on my busiest.
Oh yeah.
Nobody has a long story when I'm dead.
Yeah.
You know, like it's only when like I'm starting to tilt over into like I'm about to be in the weeds. That's when we're gonna break into like a 10-minute story.
Yeah.
Oh, I can name about 5 people at the same time at the bar at the same exact time that do that to me. I'm like, you gotta stop. I gotta do some stuff. I'll come back.
Yeah.
And I never go back.
I never go. Yeah.
You can't figure out that we're busy.
I have like I'm a sucker to my bartenders. So like we have our like when we get crazy, there's 3 servers. There'll be like 3 servers on the floor and like 1 bartender and like the host up front. And like I'm usually up like I can bail out the host up front and I can bail out the bartender and the servers. So I'll just like take care of everything amongst themselves. So I'm only ever like with the host or behind the bar. The bartender will be like, "Hey, can you take the order of 55?" And I literally said, I go, I specifically, like, I'm avoiding them because it's going to be such a long conversation, and I know that. And, like, I already checked in. Like, I got them seated here. I made sure that they were good. Like, I already chatted with them. But, like, I don't have the time for it right now because it's not just right here. That's kind of, like, at its breaking point. Like, everywhere is. Yep. And, like, I need to kind of, like, I can't do it. Like, I'm not, this isn't me giving bad service. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, like, I can't do it. I need you to take their order. I can't.
Have you ever sent somebody in to pull them out? Like
somebody's like a co-word or something, or like in other words, like you have somebody sees you in distress and they can spot it and they come and get you to save you.
Oh, yeah. We all do that. Everybody does that. Like,
everybody should do that, but they don't.
We're all like,
sometimes I enjoy watching people like crash and burn.
We are so good.
I laugh sometimes about it. I'm like, oh, let them handle that. Like,
just run up tomorrow. Like, yeah, they need you in the office. I don't know why. Like, you just gotta go.
We're all very small. It's very shoulder to shoulder. It's very like my actions rely on yours, and like we all like benefit from us all being better. So it doesn't help you by like not supporting the next person. Like you just deal with it, and you all just figure it out, and then so I don't know. Pretty good. Very good.
There's a theory I heard from a server, and I've been asking a lot of people this in this business. Do you notice that people who order their steaks above medium, like medium well and well done, are bad tippers? I know one person who's definitely not, and you know who I'm talking about. Yeah. And he is like our brother, and I love him to death. John, we love you. You order a steak well done anytime you want. We are not talking about you.
No, God.
But it sounds like he kind of is.
No. This is like the best guy I've ever met in his life.
This guy is. I
would jump for this to be the pre-apology.
John, if you're listening, you know what I'm talking, John Cannon. If you're listening, I would jump in front of a bullet for you in a heartbeat, buddy.
That's real life.
And no one would too.
That guy is different.
This guy,
I love that guy.
Everybody in this world should have a conversation and meet this man. He's the most gentle soul, nicest person on the planet. Honestly, like I'm not just saying this. And he doesn't listen to podcasts that often.
He listens to podcasts anyways.
He listens sometimes.
Does he really?
He's not gonna listen to this one. He's gonna listen sometimes. But he has a well done steak shoe leather. It doesn't matter
every time.
Besides John Cannon,
the rest.
Okay. All right, I got it.
There's a theory that the more higher up they order their steaks, the more bad they are at tipping.
I can see that.
I didn't notice it until this girl said it to me, and I'm like, holy shit, she's almost right. Have you ever noticed that?
No, I mean I get it. I totally get the theory. Just because it's kind of just like you're wrong. Like, it's not like that's your preference. It's just like that's a stupid thing to do. So you must not have brain cells. So then you probably tip bad because of that. Like,
my mother orders one steak, just so you know. And you know what? I yell at her about it all the time. I can't be at the same table.
Then just don't do it.
Oh, we don't even go to dinner anymore.
Then figure it out.
The last time my mother went to a restaurant for dinner was in 2019. My cousin's wedding at Cafe Nuovo, and it was a Cafe Nuovo. It was 3 choices it was a small wedding. It was 3 choices for dinner, and there was like salmon, something else, chicken, and steak. Yeah. She tried to order a well done steak, and I started yelling at her. You cannot order a well done steak at Cafe Nuovo. No. This is a 5-star restaurant. No. You're sitting at my table. You get medium well. I start yelling at her, right?
Medium well even now.
Oh she got a medium well steak, and she goes, "Wow, this is good." She goes, "Oh
my god!"
Because it wasn't Wagyu or nothing. It was a good sirloin.
They have great food.
But you're not ordering a well-done steak at Cafe Noir. I freaked out, and my wife said, "Calm down." I'm not calming down. My father's freaking out. You can't do that to Mom. I'm like, "Yes, I can."
Yeah. No, you were right. Then you were definitely right.
Oh, I have a good one. So, how do you feel about when somebody orders like a nice steak, specifically, like higher end, like more weight, choice cut, whatever the fuck it is,
32-ounce ribeye.
Something like that.
Boom, go.
Yeah. They get that. You drop it. It's cooked right. It's beautiful. This, that. And then they ask you for a side of A1. How do you feel about that?
Do they say A1 or do they say steak sauce?
Nah, I would say A1 specifically.
So you're selling a $79 steak
because that's what they mean.
Sauce. Yeah.
Because that's
what I want when I go out. I actually genuinely
want A1?
Absolutely. I love
it.
It's my favorite ever.
All right.
Can we nickname you steak sauce from now on?
I'm
changing my contact in my phone. She is no longer Marissa Lovely in my phone. She is steak sauce. I'm doing it right now.
We don't allow it because why would we? We just do everything in house. But I love A1 and I like it when I go out.
Have you ever tried to convince the kitchen to make a house-made A1?
No.
How do you make it house-made A1?
I don't know, man.
Vinegar and
stuff.
Vinegar and Worcestershire, I think.
Vinegar and Worcestershire? Huh.
Yeah.
So you put A1 on your steaks?
I love A1.
Good on regular A1 or like the
I think A1's very good on burgers, too.
I like A1.
Like a burger?
I haven't done it in a while, but I like A1 on my burger.
A burger with grilled onions, melted cheese, and A1 sauce is like good, like smoky and like very good.
So you go to Cafe Noir, you're going to get A1 sauce on your steak?
I mean, I might try.
I'm not judging.
I mean, I would definitely try.
No, I would
definitely
try. My bad.
A1's not going to sponsor us now.
No, they're not. I am sorry, A1.
A1.
All right.
Sorry, guys. We're still waiting for Kettle One and Maker's Mark right now.
We haven't really delved into the food sponsors yet. We're trying to get the drink sponsors.
I think we're going to start doing the food stuff once we go video.
Video? Are we
if we go video someday, we can do food and booze. I think that might be something we can do.
We should do it when we do video. We'll do a taste test of nice steaks with A1 on camera, and then they'll
be hilarious.
Okay, well, Marissa's gonna come back and do that with us.
Obviously,
we're gonna
have to here for A1 taste test.
We're gonna have to get like 5 different kinds of steaks. All the different kinds of A1 sauces.
No. If it's a test on the sauce, it's got to be one steak across the board, and all about the sauce.
All different sauces in one steak?
Yeah, you can't do like.
I would say, that would make
it's one or the other.
I'm not gonna lie. I didn't know A1 had more than one sauce.
Oh yeah, they got like 6 or 7.
I just know.
Well, no, it would be
I think they have a buffalo sauce.
No, it would
really.
I think I could be wrong. Most likely,
be like HB. There was a sauce. There was like a Bermudian sauce. It was called HB, I think.
HB. What does HB stand for?
I don't know.
Well, we're gonna find out. We have small devices that contain the world in them. We're gonna make it happen. Mario's learned a lot about the Netherlands and geography about it. HP sauce.
And Tehran.
In the UK, it's British.
Yeah, but it's the same type of thing.
It's the same.
That one we can throw in the mix. We'll do like a blindfold.
Blindfold
taste test.
Blindfold, see if Marissa can pick out A1 correctly.
Oh, yeah. Can we please do that, Marissa?
Can we do that? She knows her shit or not?
I want to do it on TikTok.
I'm confident in that.
Absolutely.
Really? Oh, we got to make this happen. We'll do it with the tomahawk steak, too. We'll do the big tomahawk steak. I'm dying to have one of those anyway.
Yeah, we just like put it on slices, and then call it.
Oh, we're definitely doing that.
Easy.
We'll do it right over the safe house in the corner. We're making it happen.
That's crazy.
We'll see. We'll see.
Blind A1 taste test with Maker's Mark.
We'll
get red wine that night. We'll get some nice red wine that night. Bottle of Camus. We'll get some Camus.
Yeah.
Oh, she likes Italian reds. We'll get a nice Barolo.
We'll do. We'll see. I might have to not drink and just focus that night and really, dive into the challenge of it.
Like, you need like a full experience.
It's not gonna take that long to do the challenge.
I mean, the steaks all like we're not gonna like hit you with like one steak with sauce and then 20 minutes later hit you with the next one. That'd be ridiculous. But like, it'd probably be consecutive.
So for steak sauces, what's your kind of like flavor that you enjoy? Like a non-A1, like a house-made type thing. You teriyaki gal, you like tangy,
always pepper, always like
peppercorn,
peppercorn,
like creamy peppercorn or like a demi-glazed peppercorn.
Cognac peppercorn would be my absolute all-time favorite, and it would like if it's warm and the peppercorns are like half like broken up a little bit, like and still kind
of
like
the sauce or coated on the steak, like crust on the steak,
cooked in the sauce.
Like an
Yeah, exactly. So like a warm, like buttery peppercorn, like
nice.
really like pungent, intense, but like also delicate at the same time, and like done properly and like poured over. Like
I feel like you don't really see au pois that often anymore.
It's old school.
It's an easy, yes, but I feel like
though.
you don't see it on menus, but like you just ask for it, and people like it's just like kind of like a wait or nod. Like absolutely, we can do that because it's as simple as just like a cream and pepper and like. The chef would kind of like appreciate you asking for that because like they know that you just want it like done an old fashioned way and like.
How do you feel about when you're going out to dinner? You're on a date with a gentleman. You're going out to dinner. Obviously, the gentleman's like, lady goes first. You order your steak, and he orders a salad as his meal. How do you feel?
That would never happen because we would have always discussed it before the server came over.
What do you mean you gotta discuss it?
We would never.
What are you getting? You know what you're getting, kind of thing. That's
totally.
Really?
I would never just like be shocked by it.
Okay.
Because then I'd be like, he would say that, and I would be like,
really?
Excuse me, waiter, waitress, we need a minute, and have a pep talk with him, and be like, why would
you have a pep talk with him?
Why would we do that?
I'm getting a steak, bitch. Get a steak too. Stop the little baby.
What are we doing here?
Not in like that way, but like kind of like.
You want a salad? Like, we'll go to Chili's, buddy.
We'll just like share a salad and share a steak, or like like do a pasta course or like whatever.
Like I feel like
maybe
share,
like break it up into 2 different courses or 3 different courses and
so
just like sit and relax.
What's the cut?
Bone and fillet would be my absolute positive favorite.
Bone and fillet, huh?
Bone and fillet, yes. I don't want to have to cut through fat. I appreciate there being fat on it, but like I just rather like if I want it, I want just like the nice clean. And
I respect that. That's usually.
But I like the bone. I bone on. I think is awesome and cool.
It adds something.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
I'm usually a fillet guy myself.
Really?
I don't like the.
I used to be. I
don't like to cut around like my shit. Like,
I'll
just
I'm just being
one
a
end
baby.
to the other.
Yeah, but
like just fucking.
I know, but I've been getting some sirloins at certain places, and like good sirloins, not like the cheap stuff at like small steakhouses. Like legitimately nice steaks, and I've been very satisfied lately. I've been lucky.
I don't do a lot of sirloin, but if I won't have a fillet, for some reason I go straight to ribeye. I don't know why.
Ribeye, I do enjoy a fat on the steak once in a while. But sometimes ribeye has.
It's gotta be the right. It's gotta be the right place. It's gotta be the right place, right steak. Yeah. You can't just willy nilly order a ribeye wherever you want.
So Marissa, if a guy comes up to you at a bar and says, "Hey, why don't you let me take you out to a nice steak dinner?" Is that gonna get to your heart right there? Like,
no, I would never go to a steakhouse with a guy on like the first date.
Really?
Like, yeah.
Why?
Like, what if he didn't know how to act? I would be so embarrassed.
That's why I said you don't do the fancy dinner on the first date. It's full circle.
I understand that whole part.
Because like I don't know, like, I would never want to make that commitment.
So what's
like,
a good first date place then?
If I'm with you for 15 minutes, I don't want to be with you for 2 hours, and if we're on our way, like no.
So what's a good first date place? Is pizza? Is pizza good for you for a first date?
No, I don't. I don't know. I feel like I don't. I feel like I don't really date, but like, I don't know.
Right.
I don't know. I feel like I would really have to.
I feel like pizza's always
I feel like I would have to know what I'm getting myself into fully to like make myself like meet up with somebody and kind of like do all that.
All right.
I've been single for so long that it's like it's different. It's crazy.
It's different, but there are guys out there that still want to do the old school stuff too and have a good time. You know, it's not always about it's not always about the sex.
Yeah.
It's not always about that. It's not about butthole pleasures.
So Mario,
it's not about that.
Mario.
Also, should we put that? Should we write that as?
Fucking tell the podcast. It's not about butthole pleasures. It's not all about.
Should we put that as one of the names, the nominees? The names for this podcast?
There's way too many names for this podcast. They're all over the place. This might be the best podcast ever, by the way.
We didn't write them down. We
don't write anything down.
We write nothing down here.
The only thing
no
Mario,
one should have to relive this.
No, Mario writes down 2 things. It's usually our guest's name and the date. That's it. And then he draws on a napkin.
I used to draw. We have black napkins.
Yeah, you can't really draw on the black napkin. Let's get a white pen.
Oh my god! I had like some notes I wanted to take, and then before I left the house, I just left them on the counter. And that's it.
I would have told you
not
to use them.
We're gonna work on the video, and we're gonna get this A1 sauce taste test.
That'd be crazy.
We're gonna do it. The problem we're gonna have though is I don't know if Julio can cook steaks.
No, if that were the thing, it would have to be like the steak would have to be like small little dice like cubes of or like very super thin.
We slice them. We slice them we slice them on the bite.
Yeah, but it would have to be like a tiny little bite of it. So like small diced or.
Too much steak is not good for you.
Or like thin on a skewer where it was just like one tiny little bite, like you dip in the sauce, like one tiny little bite. Why can't you just use a fork?
Why have to be on a skewer?
I don't know, because you got to worry about people choking. If they have a blindfold on, you got to worry about them choking and like.
I feel like you know how to eat a steak.
I feel like you'll be okay using a fork eating steak.
Can this be? Can I put a stunt double in for me? Can this
legitimately
exactly me having to do this?
You know steak sauce is not. Steak sauce.
You said you know steak sauce. You said you know steak sauce.
There's no stunt double in steak sauce.
I was simply just answering questions. I prefer an applause.
What if we got you one of those like screens they used to use in like old news interviews when you didn't want to be anonymous and they had you like silhouetted behind it, and we'll just have you eat the steak behind the screen, like so they don't know it's you. We'll just call you M or some shit.
Why does she have to be blindfolded? Why can't we just like put the sauce in front of her and we just label the sauces and know which one's which?
I
choking hazards. I don't know CPR.
Listen,
she starts choking, she's done. I call 911. How long get it here? I don't know. I'll try. I'll try to help you, but I'm not good at Heimlich.
I didn't say we should blindfold anyone. I don't know. I
might have made that up.
Came out. I don't know who brought up the blindfolds, but
we're gonna make this happen. This is gonna be a new thing.
You're right.
Like as long as we're
definitely making this happen.
As long as we don't dump the sauce on the steak in front of you, I feel like you're all right.
Yeah, you're right. White ramekins across the board.
Exactly.
That's it.
You'll never know.
Let me ask you a question, Marissa. If a gentleman caller is at a bar where you're at and he says, "Hey, can I take you to a steak sauce tasting?" Would you go? And here's my thing. I want to do a steak sauce. I want to do a steak sauce tasting social.
I kind of want
where singles can meet and taste sauce
on steak.
That's not how you can
on steak. That came out wrong and X-rated. Not the direction I was trying to go in. we were having a party with singles can taste sauce. Ow! It hurts from laughing. Ow!
Oh my god!
I just picture the sign right now.
Is it the?
Oh my god!
Is it the?
Oh my god!
Is it the quadruple S? The single steak sauce? Singles steak sauce soiree?
No, yeah, the singles steak sauce soiree. We are making this happen. October, Columbus Day weekend. Boom! We're doing it. We're doing it. October 12th, Safe House. Steak sauce social soiree? No.
Sure, yeah.
What are we calling it?
The singles steak
soiree
sauce.
Soiree or social? I feel like social is the new soiree.
Good.
Social is the new soiree.
Yeah.
Nobody knows what soiree is anymore.
It just sounded fancy because it's steak.
It does. It sounds too Frenchy.
It does. It does.
And French people and steaks don't get along.
Is that accurate?
That's accurate, buddy.
Yeah, maybe.
The French do not like giving Americans steak.
Do they like steak themselves?
I don't know. I don't trust those French people.
Okay.
France, don't trust them. Anyway, so folks, obviously you're going to have to listen to our podcast and Instagram, Tap That Glass Tonight, and Late Night Sauce podcast, and get updates on the steak sauce social here at the Safe House.
Single steak sauce.
You are committing to.
You're committed.
You're committed.
You are here.
Not the social.
Leave me out of this.
We have
you bedtime. It's 1 a.m. I should be in bed.
No, that's gonna be
past my bedtime.
That's gonna be a separate event. We're gonna have
event.
like a
you tasting the A1 sauce is different than the social.
You trying to guess correct steak sauces is a completely different thing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's gonna be like you, me, Mario,
and steaks.
Steaks. Yeah.
All right.
Maybe somebody else.
And our guest of honor.
Well, that'd be you.
Yes.
I mean, yeah.
Anyways, we're gonna have to wrap things up here. I'm so happy we got to dig in deep to the soul of Marissa Lovely here and her admiration of A1 steak sauce. And we just created a new event, the steak sauce social. I mean, it's gonna be a thing.
Is that the name of the podcast? The steak sauce social.
That could be a separate podcast we can do during the day.
That could be.
It could be like an afternoon podcast that we can do like at 1 in the afternoon, 12 o'clock. Get some steak sauce. I mean, there's a lot of sauces out there.
When school starts up again, let me know.
You guys could do like the best ranch dressing. You could do like the best Italian dressing.
Let's just make this happen.
Yeah.
Let's make this happen.
Yeah.
You can do it.
No,
You down for this, Marissa?
Yeah.
Are you going to be part of the steak sauce podcast?
Yeah.
The steak sauce social club?
Steak sauce social club. That has a ring to it, man.
It
We're going
does.
to make it happen.
We'll talk off the books.
We definitely will.
Oh, yeah.
I'd like to thank Marissa Lovely for joining us tonight. People, you have no idea how happy we are to have her on. It's been a long time coming. It's been what? I've been begging you for months to come on.
Months.
Oh, and I got lucky last night and got her in. I got lucky last night and talked her into it. So, check out the Tap That Glass Tonight Instagram, Late Night Sauce Podcast for updates. We're going to make this steak sauce thing happen. So, good night, folks.